On the news tonight, Governor Obiano urges universities to uphold excellence to maintain international standards. Today is World Bee Day. Fire outbreak destroys facilities at Transforcados pipeline in Delta State. And on the foreign scene, Volodymyr Zelensky sworn in as Ukraine's 6th president. Good evening and thanks for joining us on ABS Television News. I am Franklin Onyekachi. Details of the news. Governor Willie Obiano has congratulated the newly appointed Vice-Chancellor of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Professor Charles Esimone, describing his appointment as most deserving. A statement signed by the Anambra State Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Mr. C. Don Adenoba, stated that Governor Obiano, in the congratulatory message, described Professor Esimone as the best man for the job. We have details.
According to the statement, the governor noted that Nnamdi Azikiwe University is not just another federal higher institution, but one named after the greatest person from West Africa in over 2 centuries, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, whom he said led Nigeria to independence and inspired a generation of great African nationalists like Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana. It said the governor also expressed satisfaction with the contributions of 2 scholars from Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Professor Kate Omenuga, the Commissioner for Basic Education, and her counterpart in the Ministry of Tertiary Education, Professor Theresa Obiekeze, to the growth of the state. Acknowledging the critical place of higher education in the development of the nation, the statement disclosed that Governor Obiano regretted that out of the 43 federal and 48 state universities, as well as 79 privately owned ones in Nigeria, only the University of Ibadan and Covenant University in Ogun State could make the list of the world's top 1,000 universities in the latest annual Times Higher Education Survey, which is the most respected and influential of such studies across the globe. The statement added that the governor assured that Anambra State government will not hesitate to assist UNIZIK to become a more competitive university.
Governor Willie Obiano has presented a commendation certificate to the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Anambra Broadcasting Service, Chief Uche Nwora, for dedication and sterling performance. Government House correspondent Ejike Abana reports that Governor Obiano, who presented the special award to Chief Nwora at the State Executive Chambers during the State Executive Council meeting, restated resolve to launch the ABS on the DSTV platform.
According to Governor Obiano, Chief Nwora merits the award because he has transformed the ABS media organization, which he said has justified the amount of resources and efforts put into the station. He urged him to sustain the tempo of excellence as his government is poised to do more for the station in preparation towards launching the station on the DSTV platform, as well as 24-hour broadcasting, calling on the staff to continue to give him the needed support. Chief Nwora, who appreciated the governor and members of the State Executive Council for the honor, pledged to justify the confidence reposed in him. He also thanked his family, including his wife and children, staff and management of the ABS, noting that their sacrifices helped in the successes recorded so far.
I feel encouraged, I feel honored, and also very grateful to God and also to His Excellency Chief Willie Obiano. This award and this honor is, I think I'll dedicate this to my wife and my children because working in Anambra State, has led to long absence, from the family. The family has suffered in a way, but also to all the staff of Anambra Broadcasting Service.
Recall that during Governor Obiano's parley with select staff of ABS recently, the governor promised to present the commendation certificate to Chief Nwora for his efforts in the station. From the State Executive Chambers, Government House, Awka, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
Governor Willie Obiano has charged students of Anambra State Polytechnic Mbaku to reciprocate the efforts of the state government to reposition the school to meet the standards of polytechnics in the country through hard work and dedication. The governor was speaking at the third matriculation ceremony of the Polytechnic held recently. Education correspondent Theophilus Ukoha completes the report.
The governor, who was represented by the Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Science and Technology, Professor Theresa Obiekezie, said, ever since the upgrade of the institution, state government has sustained high tempo of infrastructural and human capital development, as well as capacity building initiatives to ensure that the state-owned polytechnic meets the expected standards. He challenged both the students and staff of the Polytechnic to be more committed and dedicated to achieve the mission and vision of the institution.
Your certificate is as good as any other certificates. You're going to attend your NYSC programs like any other student of Nigeria. Everything that has to be done to get you on a platform with every other person will be done.
The rector of the Polytechnic, Dr. Neka Mefo, in her address of welcome said the Polytechnic is poised to meet the manpower requirements and technological needs of the nation, assuring the students that on graduation they will be self-reliant with adequate entrepreneurial mindset in line with the vision and mission of the Polytechnic and the needs of the nation. She thanked Governor Willie Obiano for another release of funds for the final verification of newly introduced programs of the Polytechnic by the National Board for Technical Education, MBTE, while also thanking him for fulfilling his promise of constructing internal roads of the Polytechnic.
The state government, under the leadership of the Governor, Dr. Willie Obiano, deemed it fit to upgrade it to the Polytechnic in order to meet the manpower needs of Anambra State. We don't emphasize certificate, we emphasize scale in addition to certificates. Certificate is just an evidence of what you have done, so that you'll be able to face the world of work.
Earlier in his speech, the chairman governing council of the Polytechnic, Professor Prosper Omaliko, said with the support of the state government and also partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture, Mechanization, Processing and Export, the Polytechnic will embark on interventions to boost the IGR of the Polytechnic and enjoin all stakeholders to make the Polytechnic a model. The Director of Public Relations, Mr. Kabwe Chukwano, in an interview said the Polytechnic matriculation signals the end of admission process in any academic session and officially confers to the students legitimate status of studentship. The President, Union Government, Comrade Innocent Ikebunam, in his speech said the Polytechnic has zero tolerance for cultism and any form of hooliganism and corruption. The matriculating students, who were 150 in number, later took oath of allegiance administered by the Registrar of the Polytechnic, Dr. Samuel Nana.
Determined at all times to promote the ideals and good name of the Anambra State Polytechnic. So help me God.
Theophilus Ukoha reporting for ABS News.
Today is World Bee Day. World Bee Day is a day set aside to acknowledge the role of bees and other pollinators in the ecosystem. We have details.
Addressing the members of Beekeepers Association, the Anambra State Commissioner for Agriculture, Mr. Afam Mbanefo, advised them to key into the platform established by the Ministry of Agriculture to maximize honey production for internal consumption and for export, adding that honey is profitable and easy to produce. Mr. Mbanefo stated that honey production involves construction of hives and setting them in less noisy environment for bees to colonize, pointing out that one hive produces an average of 3.5 kilograms of honey per annum. The commissioner stated that the Ministry of Agriculture would continue to support beekeepers by providing training and some necessary kits needed for honey production, adding that the state has registered Anambra honey trademark to enable the beekeepers produce and market honey to any part of the world. He enjoined all those who are interested in honey production, especially the youths, to register in the ministry and to join in the trainings organized by the ministry in order to acquire technical skills. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Agriculture has organized some programs to commemorate the World Bee Day, which include media programs to create awareness and training of interested beekeepers at the headquarters of the ministry.
The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, says it has intercepted over 25,000 liters of suspected adulterated petroleum products at a filling station at Amobia, Oka South Council area, conveyed in unlicensed vehicle. The NSCDC State Commandant, Mrs. Obiageli Obiajolo, disclosed this at Amobia while addressing journalists at the filling station where the vehicle was confiscated. Chibuzo Bidike has the details.
Over 25,000 liters of drones carried in an articulated vehicle, carefully constructed and hidden under the main tank for the illicit business activities as they were offloading diesel at the filling station. Mrs. Obiajoro said that though the vehicle was impounded, the suspects escaped. On citing NSCDC officials, stated that the said vehicle covered the illegal products with sawdust to disguise their activities. She commended the anti-pipeline vandalism and petroleum product adulteration IPMAN for continuous support to the Corps, which led to the apprehension of the truck. Mrs. Obiajoro frowned at the management of the filling station for patronizing adulterated petroleum products from unlicensed vehicle. She explained that the exhibit recovered will assist the agency carry out investigations that will lead to the apprehension of the truck driver and other accomplices.
Going by the method of conveyance, it actually proved that it's enough proof that the person was kind of patronizing illegal bunkers, because you cannot take this truck to NNPC depot or any licensed depot to load. Naturally, they cannot. So once you see it this way, you know that that person is into pure economic sabotage.
Contributing, the national coordinator of IPMAN, Prince Nixon Udoka Ahanonu, said the development will serve as a deterrent to others who indulge in such unpatriotic act of pipeline vandalism, and assured that the association will continue to do their best in getting rid of bad eggs.
This thing is not only a truck, but it has a tank inside it that can carry up to 20,000 liters of petroleum product or 30,000 liters of petroleum product. But you will not know. So all these things are jeopardizing our distribution channels in IPMAN.
The exhibits recovered by the men of the NSCDC were one pumping machine, a large number of pipes, over 25,000 liters of drones, 100 bags of sawdust, among others, were taken to the NSCDC office. In Oka, Chibuzo Bidike, ABS News.
Still to come, fire outbreak destroys facilities at Transforcados pipeline in Delta State. And Volodymyr Zelensky is sworn in as Ukraine's 6th president. These and more after the break. Stay with us.
The power of cool. Everybody love me when I do what I do. Cause when I come through, I got the power of cool.
In all the cities and all the streets,
in all the places where people meet, from Niger to yonder, it's got you talking. You are the one that's balling to keep you talking. Yeah! Hey! Talking. We got people talking. We got people talking. Yeah. Talking. We've got people. From east to the west to the south, everywhere they cover, they know the mouth.
With 5 times bonus to call all networks on every recharge, we get you talking. Recharge with *555* PIN #. Glow Unlimited.
Pay your tax, and I'm pressed to go better.
pay your tax, Anambra State go better. For good road, hospital, electricity, and good schools, help government to help you pay your tax,
Good road, good school, better hospital with medicine, light, water, all these things, we dey like them. Our people say soup wey sweet na money. Government they do im own to make sure say all these things wey we need for Anambra State say we get them, but we get our own part of what. Now, as good citizens of Anambra State, we they like better thing and we love Anambra State, we supposed to pay our tax. Tax no be money where we dey dash government though, no be money where we dey throw in. Tax na our own contribution to the betterment and development of Anambra State. So pay your tax today.
Anambra State go better. Make you dey pay your tax, Anambra State go better.
Welcome back and thanks for being there. Fire outbreak has occurred at a spill site along the Trans-Forcados pipeline within the Chanomi Creeks in Yeye local community in Burutu local government area of Delta State. Mr. Sylvester Oko, General Manager, Community Relations, Heritage Energy Operational Services Limited, operator of the crude pipeline, confirmed the incident to newsmen today. He explained that the fire occurred due to excessive heat from a pumping machine which was being used to transfer crude oil from the spill site into a barge. Meanwhile, Mr. Evans Etimiwa of the Chartered Peace Reconciliator in the Niger Delta has expressed fear that the fire might probably spread to other parts of the community if not put out. And on business news, there has been a massive reorganization of the top management staff of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, as about 50 senior personnel of the oil firm and its subsidiaries have either been removed or replaced. It was learned that the managing director of the Nigerian Petroleum Development Company, Yusuf Matashi, was removed and replaced by Usman Yusuf, the senior technical assistant to the group managing director in the latest reorganization. Impeccable sources at the corporation disclosed that other subsidiaries and arms of the corporation that were affected include the Nigerian Gas Marketing Company, which is the marketing arm of the Nigerian Gas Company, Kaduna Refining and Petrochemical Company, and the liquefied natural gas arm of the group.
This business news is brought to you courtesy of Ezebo Microfinance Bank Limited, formerly Umudioka Community Bank, Afigo Market, Umudioka. We bridge the gap.
Volodymyr Zelensky has been sworn in as Ukraine's 6th president. The inauguration ceremony on Monday came more than 2 weeks earlier than expected, following the parliament's approval of the date requested by Zelensky. The 41-year-old announced dissolution of the parliament in his speech, a strategic move ahead of the parliamentary elections scheduled to take place on October 27. Zelensky was keen to take over the top office quickly to try to hold the key elections earlier to boost his party's chances of securing a majority at the height of his popularity. In his speech, Zelensky also attacked the cabinet of ministers, saying he did not understand why they kept saying they could not do much to change the situation in the country. And on sports, Metropolitan College Onitsha and Community Secondary School Oga have qualified for the final round of the State Under-17 football tournament organized by Anambra State government. Metropolitan College Onitsha secured their place in final with a 2-1 win over their rival Bubendorf Memorial Grammar School, Adazinuku, while the match between Community Secondary School Oga and Nnamdi Azikiwe Secondary School, Abagana, ended 1-0 in favor of Community Secondary School Oga. Correspondent Valentine Badoga reports.
Addressing the media shortly after the match, the chairman, Anambra State Sports Development Commission, Mr. Tony Oli, under whose watch such tournament is being organized for the first time, expressed satisfaction with the performance of the teams, both in characters and in the physical exercise of playing their games. Mr. Oli, while congratulating the winners, encouraged them, including those that lost, to be more committed in their games, as any of them could be among those who represent Anambra State in the forthcoming National Sports Festival.
Last year when we went there, it was like a joke, and I told them, by the time we are coming back this year, we are going to come with a quality team. And with the things that has happened, and my coaches are around, pinning down the names of the players that are doing it very well. So in the next 1 month, we are going to call these young lads to come, the ones that we select.
The finals of the Under-17 football tournament, which will bring to an end the 2018-2019 football season, will be on the 27th day of May 2019, as the venue is yet to be decided by the Commission. From Otuacha, Valentine Mbadoga reporting for ABS News.
That report concludes our news bulletin for tonight, but remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV online. Follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And to end the news, another look at the top stories. Governor Obiano has urged universities to uphold excellence to maintain international standards. Today is World Bee Day. Fire outbreak has destroyed facilities at Transforcados pipeline in Delta State. And on the foreign scene, we reported that Volodymyr Zelensky has been sworn in as Ukraine's 6th president. And that's the news. I am Franklin Onyekachi. Thanks for watching. Good night.